Greetings and salutations, Earthlings. Zube here with a collective random reading. If you are interested in a personal reading, astrology, or tarot, you can find my information below. It is teresazube.com is my website. Anyway, all of my readings are timeless. Please like and subscribe if you like what you find here, and take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you don't like what you find here, thanks for stopping by. You're free to hate watch. No skin off my back. So I like to come into these with a message. And what I got today when I was kind of sitting, because I was literally sitting here looking out my window, which I can't keep open while I'm doing a reading because the light is too much. But there, I have a bird feeder and it had been empty for a while, and the birds used to go apeshit on my balcony. But they it's been empty, and so recently I put a bunch of food in there, and I'm in Texas, so there are still birds, a lot of birds around because it's warm. But there's one bird like that is for the past 4 or 5 days has been chilling out there, just laying in the bird feeder, getting the bird seed everywhere. But I was looking out the window when I was thinking of a message to bring into this. And I'm like, that's really funny. That dude is like, yo, I am not telling any of the other birds about this score I found. And I got a personal message from that. Like, we don't have to share all the good stuff. Like, we're allowed to enjoy some things for ourselves. And maybe there's something about that. But he was just, she was sitting in the bird feeder, just whatever, not even eating, just laying around, watching everything. And I'm like, how have other birds not found all this bird seed? And this guy's just hogging it all to himself. Like, I was picturing him in the morning being like, well, all right, everybody, going out for a search for food. I'll let you know if I find anything. Psych. Let's see what the cards say. I think we need to enjoy ourselves some. Eight of Swords, internal energies stuck in our head. There's a lot of, the Eight of Swords is mental chatter, feeling sorry for ourselves. When I pull, this is the internal card. What is our internal experience? So we're blindfolded. We can't see the future, but this is where you're having a pity party. Yeah, it's victim mentality. There's no way out. And typically with the Eight of Swords, we have gotten ourselves into something. And so there's that self-blame, self-doubt. Interesting. Eight of Cups in front of us. The Eight of Cups, this guy is like walking off into the mountain. There are all these cups here standing there just fine. They're not spilled or anything, but he's going into the unknown in search of something more because he has faith that it's out there. So like, this is a card of not settling, but he has to leave his cups unattended. Like, he has to walk away from what he has and go into the unknown in pursuit of the promise of more that he in his heart of hearts believes is there, but that's 8-8. Eights are kind of the culmination of a life's journey. It's sort of the manifesting card, like when that you're going to get what you're manifesting, what God promised you. With the Swords card, it's a tough one because it's like we're overthinking, like all of our thoughts are getting in the way of what it is that we want to manifest. The point of the card is that if she would wiggle out of the ropes, she could take off the blindfold and realize that she's not completely surrounded by swords. She could get out. So it's like there is a way out. We just have to come down out of our mind and get centered and calm and find our way to it. Her foot's in the water. There's a toe in the water, and the water in the tarot always represents intuition. So 8-8, if that means anything to anybody. And then in the, I call it the God spot or the higher perspective, we have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups, she is emotional, intuitive, sensitive, feeling. And this is as spirit sees us looking down. Now, the higher aspect of the Queen of Cups is like a mystic, psychic hits, intuitiveness. The lower aspects are overly emotional, needy, and maybe it's time to look at ourselves. And you don't have to be a chick. I mean, we have masculine and feminine sides, but this, look, check your emotions and make sure you're not getting overly emotional. But the Queen of Cups will cry. It's like, the point isn't to hide our emotions. The point is to not become them and let them carry us away, right? And that's actually kind of funny because I feel like that's what this thing here, 8 of Swords, is a similar. It's like if you would come down out of your head and quit overthinking, then you will be able to feel your way out of whatever it is you feel stuck in, or at the very least, you can maneuver, because there is something on the external in front of us that we do have to walk away from because it's not the end all be all. Like, we're going into the great unknown, and that's going to require clarity, focus. Maturity is coming up. That's going to require maturity. Being sensitive. We can't turn our feelings off and pretend we don't have them, but being self-possessed, while not like self-obsessed. I mean, like self-possessed and mindful of our emotions and our thoughts. So it's funny because it's kind of making me think of like a process addiction. Process addictions are when you're addicted to like food or sex, which are things that, you sort of need to have you have to have food. And I guess unless you're a priest or something, let's not get into it. You got to have sex too to have a healthy, well-rounded life. And when you have a process addiction like food or sex, it's kind of hard because you participate in that addiction, but you have to do it in a healthy manner. So it's not like I don't drink anymore. Like I just abstain from alcohol. You can't abstain from food. So this is making me think of that. Like we have to deal with our emotions and our mind as we navigate through whatever it is that we're navigating, but we cannot get carried away with it. But it does feel like there's something we need to walk away from. I was thinking about that bird. I'm like, is the bird maybe learning like, hey, you know what? I should get to enjoy some stuff for myself as well. Like, I don't need to let all the other birds know. Like maybe whatever, I was completely tripping out on this bird, but maybe he's usually like hey guys, guess what? And all the other birds are like mean to him. They're like, oh, you're, or pick on him. And he's like, you know what? I'm saving this shit for myself. And so it's kind of like this, like we're each on our own individual solo journey, and we are all one. So everybody's going through it. We're all going through it. And I think this is going to require solitude and self-possession, self-inquiry. Ask yourself questions about the thoughts that you're having, you know. I asked for advice and we got the Chariot. And the Chariot is focus. It is staying in control, not allowing yourself to be distracted, harnessing like opposing energies, or just harnessing a lot, like keeping shit together. The Black Sphinx, the White Sphinx. It's like if you were to lose focus, the Chariot would tip over. Like if he's like, oh, is that Bill over there in that medieval store? I don't know. And then boom, everything, you know, goes to shit because he wasn't focusing on what was in front of him. But this is a more positive. This is not like, this is focusing on what is in front of you and what you're doing and maintaining control of what you can control, which is your own thoughts and actions and responses, rather than just piling everything up in your head. Let's see. Weird, but I want to do one of these. I haven't done one of these in a while. Power symbol. Cleanse, purify, and protect the physical body. Interesting. So solitude, being alone, thinking of that bird and the bird feeder all by itself. I bought really good food too. From all of my bird food experimenting. It's a pretty popular one. Hot pepper, I think it's got in it. Anyways, are you eating well? Are you caring for your physical body? Are you getting enough alone time? Oh. Self-confidence, strong self-belief, and a sense of worth. Yes, that is the difference between this card. This is our advice card. It's self-confident. We know our worth. We know we can accomplish what is right in front of us with focus and attention, and not by not being distracted. But like, we've got to get out of in our head, and we've got to walk forward. 88. I just think that's cool. Let's see. Pull a couple of these. The universe has your back. And looking at these more, I think we're overthinking being stuck with these 8 cups. And what we really need to do is get out of our head and walk away for a bit. Whatever the 8 cups is, like everything, if one of the cups is going to fall, they're going to fall. You know, you can't, like, he wouldn't be able to get on the Chariot and accomplish a different mission if he was standing back here guarding all these cups, you know. But there's more to life than guarding the cups that we have. So some things are just going to have to stand on their own. I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. Yeah, well, I mean, we're evolving just in general. It's an owl. Let's see. Joy is the ultimate creator. Seize opportunities to be joyful. Like, don't dwell, you know. That's really what this 8 of Swords, it's like, don't dwell, don't, you know, get yourself stuck in overthinking a situation, it might just be as simple as telling yourself that you change your mind. Like I have been like asking myself a lot of questions about things that I am thinking recently. I've been doing a lot of self-inquiry to kind of get myself out of a loop. I just did it this morning and I can't remember what it was, what it was. I don't remember. Anyway, let me pull one more, but basically, yeah, it was something along the lines of you can only do what you can do. It's that simple. I was looking at a bunch of things and I'm like, I can only do what I can do. And that's going to happen one thing at a time. I'm one person, so I'm going to have to clear some stuff off my plate, but I was looping on like, oh my gosh, I have so much to do, blah, blah. Look ahead. Visionary planning preparation. Prepare for going on a journey. Okay. Rather than getting stuck here, we are going to be walking away. We're going to be moving forward. Prepare the cups, make sure they're stable. But envision what you want in the future. Don't react or just respond, because what happens is when we get stuck in that 8 of Swords energy and we're like wallowing in self-pity, we forget to manifest or visualize or envision a new future. We're not creating what we're meeting up in front of us. Instead, we're just reacting to like the next bullshit thing that comes up. So we've kind of got to get out ahead of the reality we're creating and start recreating good things. Maybe what we're in the midst of right now is a little bit dark or whatever. Anyway, I really have to get going. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a great day on Earth. Peace. Namaste.